guys, thanks for stopping by my channel. Today's video, we're gonna try out some mermaid skin today on this page from Anastasia Koldareva's book, Mermaid Legends. This is one of her earlier books that came out. I'm actually waiting for her new one to arrive any minute now, hopefully any minute now. It's out for delivery. So I thought, since I had some free time today, I was actually supposed to be at the eye doctor's getting a glaucoma test, but that ended up not happening. So I decided to do a coloring video with you guys today instead of, which is a lot more fun than getting a glaucoma test, that's for sure. So I put up a poll last night as a tiebreaker poll between the Black Widow pencils and the Colora 300 set. And I had asked a while ago, maybe about a month ago, I had a poll asking what budget set of pencils you would like to see. And these and the Colora 300s got almost a tie voting. So as of right now, the Black Widows are winning at about 63%. And I organized my Black Widows last night, actually very late at night, because I couldn't go to sleep. I wanted to make sure that they all were in here, because I do have a reputation with myself to lose them or leave them in piles somewhere. And it turns out I had 177 out of the 180 that belong in here. And I couldn't find the 3 other ones. So that's why I have them right now in set order, not color order or any other kind of order you can think of, because I was trying to figure out which ones were missing. And it turns out I was missing one from the Monarch set, and I was missing one from the Dark Skin Tone set, and I'm missing one from the Scorpion set. So luckily I was able to replace the ones from the Dark Skin Tone set and the Monarch set, because I have backups of those. This one I wasn't so lucky. So 179 out of 180 pencils accounted for isn't too bad, I think. So I think I'll be okay. So what I'm thinking about doing is just kind of an informal video showing you guys how I pick out my colors. A lot of people do often ask me, how do you pick out colors? How do you know what colors to use? I really don't know how I pick out colors, or I don't know how to tell you to pick out colors. I'm generally just winging it or picking stuff that I think will go together in the moment, and we figure it out from there. So that's what I thought this video would be, kind of just showing you guys my thought process when coloring a page, or lack of thought process, really. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. I am a little bit more nervous when it comes to my books, so I might scribble on a side piece of paper just to test it beforehand. When I'm doing a PDF, usually I'll kind of go for it, and if I mess it up, I'll just print out another page and start all over again. I thought it would be a fun one to do today, because I really have no plan, and I thought you guys can kind of go on a journey with me and trying something new here. And we're gonna do kind of a fantasy mermaid colored skin. And since mermaids are not real, there is no mistakes. We can pretty much make up whatever colors we want. I'm thinking like a pale pink, kind of like as a base undertone for the skin, and then some purples and maybe a little bit blue in there in the shadows. I really picked this one out because I actually had there's some really good dark grayscale shadows in here to guide me in the coloring process. I know a lot of people are scared of grayscale, but I would really recommend trying it especially if you're new to coloring, because it's an excellent practice for learning where the shadows and the highlights go. Let's get started. And I don't know how much talking I'm going to be doing, because I am very bad at talking and coloring at the same time. I'm going to try and do my best and tell you what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, see how it goes. If it turns out to be too awkward, I will put some music on top, just so it's not awkward silence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some colors that I think might work out nicely for her mermaid skin. There is a lot of nice purples in here. I definitely like this one. I will tell you, once I make my final decision, what colors I'm using. So I really like this lavender. This is from the Monarch set. It's very windy outside. I was actually supposed to be going to the eye doctor this afternoon, and I got there and they're like, oh, wait a minute, something's wrong with your insurance. I was like, oh. So they said there was like some sort of error with my insurance, and they told me that I had to pay $130 copay. We'll do some light pink. And I was like, which I think is, they might have made the mistake because maybe I'm out of network and they took my insurance by accident the first time I went, because I just went there for an eye exam. And so I was like, oh, okay, so never mind. I'm not going to get that glaucoma test. I'm going to try and, contact my union eye doctor instead. So I walk everywhere. I don't drive. So this eye doctor is only about a few blocks away from me, but it was super windy out. My hair was flying all over the place. The traffic lights were swinging back and forth crazy. So just to make my trip not for nothing, I decided to go across the street to, there's a Wendy's over there. So I got a spicy chicken sandwich. And I walked home and ate my chicken sandwich, and I was like, oh, maybe I have some time now to do some coloring with these Black Widows, since I have my afternoon free. And I was kind of planning on my eyes being dilated and not being able to see anything. So that's why I decided to do this video today, and it's very unorganized. So you see now I'm picking out like a whole bunch of different colors. That is kind of my general process. I'll pick a bunch and then figure it out. I do usually pick out too many, but black. I think we definitely need a black in there probably. Oh no, wait, I think there's a midnight black. That's one I just pulled out for the dark skin tone that I was missing. I think I maybe got like that one. It's a little bit more of a flat black. Should we pull washed purple? Yeah. What's this color? I get too excited and pull too many colors. Gray, this gray color. And should we do? I like a darker purple. Or maybe this kind of reddish purple in there too. All right, so I kind of have the starting point idea for what I'm gonna do here. Let me sharpen all my pencils that we might possibly use. So this video is gonna be just basically working on her skin. Okay, so I've got all my possible pencils over here on the side. I found my blender. I'm using the Grisaille blender, Burnisher blender. This has become one of my favorites blenders to use. And I have my little flower blush brush I got from TikTok shop recently. And I have my erasers, my sharpener, everything's in place here. Normally, probably what I would do first generally is I would probably lay down a light layer. Probably the base layer is probably going to be this light pink, I think. Or even though the name is not there anymore, this is Ice Cream. But what I think I'm going to do first is kind of put in the like some shadow work over here where the shading is. Just to kind of, I'm not going to use my darkest colors. I'm just kind of going to do maybe this gray color. It's kind of like a purplish gray. What is this? Oh, washed purple. So this is from the dark skin tone set, washed purple. I think I'm going to start off with this color. Just really lightly, kind of to guide me. So I'm not sure if you can even see how this looks on screen, because I notice I'll do some coloring and then I look back and it looks like, oh, I don't see anything in the screen. But this is a very kind of what the name actually implies, a washed purple, like a kind of like a smoky purple color, grayish purple. The Black Widow pencils are not always named for what you would obviously think the colors were. Sometimes they're just fun names. I think the owner of the company has even said that. He said sometimes they just give them names because it's like a fun name, not necessarily having to do with the color of the pencil. So I'm just very lightly, kind of circular motions, very lightly. You'll notice I'm holding my pencil way far back. And I'm kind of using the side of the pencil, not the tip of the pencil. And you should really kind of rotate it just so it doesn't get all worn on one end after a while. I will probably make a sped up version of this, because I don't know, you guys. Sometimes I get comments saying, oh my god, this video is so long, and then sometimes I get comments of, oh, I don't like when you speed up the coloring, I want to see the whole thing, like step by step. So, you know, I can't make everybody happy. I personally don't like to watch like super long videos myself. I will always, like, if I'm watching a video longer than 30 minutes, it's generally too much for me personally, but I do know a lot of people will like to leave it on in the background for kind of like background noise, or just for kind of like company, I guess. I get that. If you're hanging out by yourself, it's nice to have somebody talking in the background. I usually listen to TV shows like Friends or something like that, or Seinfeld or something, to fall asleep. It helps me fall asleep. Kind of like one of those mindless types of shows to watch that you're familiar, you've seen it a bunch of times already, you know what's happening, but it's nice to just have it in the background. So that's what I'm going to try and do for you guys today. It's not going to be a super exciting video. I'm not going to be telling you some fascinating story. My most exciting story that happened to me today was the mix-up at the eye doctor. So I do love coloring portraits the most. Oftentimes I could color skin all day, pretty much. I think it's just because I do like makeup a lot, and I am fascinated with undertones, skin tones. I do like I look at people sometimes out in public, and I do take note of like colors. I'm always like, oh, I'd love to color somebody that color. That sounds kind of crazy, but I do actually kind of take note of that if I see somebody with like a really pretty undertone. I like to kind of keep it in my memory banks for later when I'm coloring a picture. And I will often look through model photos, and I like to check where the highlights are on the face, the lighting and everything. I'll take note of that. That kind of helps. And I look a lot through foundation, pictures and charts. That helps a lot with choosing colors. There's also this app. Well, there's probably several apps, but there's an app that I found called Color Picker. There's probably a bunch of different ones, but I'll do that if I'm trying to color maybe a skin that I'm not used to coloring, because I do think for the most part, I think I probably color, like I'm able to color like skin tones that's similar to my own skin tone color, just because I'm used to looking at myself every day. So when I want to try a different one, like a more pink, more brown, more beige or yellow, I might try and use the color picker and match up my pencils to it. But that's why I kind of wanted to do this little experiment and do one that you wouldn't see in real life. I have done some greens a lot, just because that's another one. It's kind of a go-to for fantasy colored skin, because you think about witches, the Wizard of Oz witch, Medusa, that kind of color you'll see a lot. And I also kind of wanted to do it just to show you guys that you don't have to worry so much about picking the right colors all the time. This is supposed to be for fun. Now, if you're planning on doing some museum art piece or sell an art piece or something, then yeah, maybe you might want to worry about what colors you're using. But for most of us, we're doing this as a hobby. It's for fun. We're just sharing it with our friends, our Facebook friends we've made, our YouTube friends. You know, we don't have to be that perfect, because like I said, we're just doing this for fun. And I know even me, I'll be like, oh, get in my head and be like, oh, I hate this. This doesn't look good. How come this person is so good and I can't do it? But really, you have to stop thinking that way all the time. It just gets, I know it's hard to say not to get in your head so much, but you gotta just have fun and just practice. Practice is the most obvious thing to say. People always say like, oh, just keep practicing, but really it is practice. Some people just might be more talented in certain things, and they get it quicker than others. And then some people need to practice. It's like singing, I guess, or acting, which I can't do neither. But some people are just naturally able to, right out of the gate, act or sing, while some people have to practice for years to be able to do it. Same thing I think it is with coloring or drawing, painting, whatever kind of artistic medium. There's this quote that I really like a lot. I think it's attributed to Albert Einstein, but I think I heard that he didn't really ever actually say it. But it goes like, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it's stupid. And that one always sticks with me. I really like that quote a lot because it's true, I think. So after I'm done shading all these little gray areas, I think I will probably go in with the light pink color as kind of the base to her skin. I like to do these little circular motions. I don't know if it's the right way, but that's kind of more relaxing, I think, doing the little circular motions and rotating my pencil. If I wasn't talking, this would be very relaxing for me. But I'm also listening to some lo-fi music. I put it on really low, so I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm going to be putting some music over this, pretty sure. I can't forget her shoulders. I always forget some body part after I've done the majority of the work here, and then I'm like, oh no, because I like to do like one color at a time just to kind of keep it cohesive and like similar, like I was doing a similar type of stroke over the whole page. I'm not sure what color I'm gonna do her hair. If we'll also be doing that kind of an unnatural color, or we'll do, I think maybe we might keep going with the purple theme, maybe either purple or like a really dark purple might be nice, or black with like kind of purplish highlights. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think I should do. So we're pretty much good, I think. Let me put this on the side that we used it so I don't get them mixed up with the ones we don't end up using. And what did I say I'm gonna do next? I'm gonna do kind of like this all over light pink color, I think. This is from the Monarch set. I will have all the color names and numbers for you guys. I'll make a list in the description. You know, this might actually be a little bit too darker than I wanted, so. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch it up. Forget what I said. I'm gonna use the ice cream as the base, I think. I think that like pink was a little bit too dark for what I want. So I'm gonna do this ice cream. This ice cream is very well loved by me, so I'm very glad I have the backup set. They went on sale. They were on a really good sale. Actually, I think they are still probably on sale for a pretty good price. Last time I checked, they were like $21, $22. I don't know. I think they were on sale because I guess they needed to move them out of the warehouse or something. People weren't, I guess they're not as popular as their other sets maybe. I don't know, but I love this set. I think it's the best colors there are, because you got pastels, you got some really nice colors for skin, a lot of lighter colors that you can kind of use to blend or layer on top of darker colors. I wouldn't recommend getting it as like your singular if you weren't gonna be picking up the whole 180 pieces. I probably wouldn't advise it to be your first set of Black Widows, just because there's not really any basic kind of colors. I don't even think there's not a black or a white in there, even though the whites in the set are not the best. They're not really, I don't really use them too much. They're not that great. I'll always just use my Prismacolor white, or the white from the Bazar London is pretty nice, actually. I kind of want to throw some more washed purple in here on some spots I might feel like I might have missed. Let me see if I can get down closer. I am going to leave a little bit of white here in the middle for now. It's a little bit difficult with all these hair strands kind of blocking her nose. I'm going to try and just kind of start building up the shaded area where her nose is. Leave a little bit of white highlight. Sometimes I do get carried away and I don't leave enough highlight in there, but I'm gonna try. I'm not worrying too much about coloring over the hair strands at this moment, because I can always go back and erase a little bit, or since what I think I'm going to do is color her hair dark, so it can kind of just go right on top, so it's not a big deal if we color outside the lines. My cat is snoring. I think he's having a bad dream. Oh no. You look like you were having a nightmare. I don't know, guys, if you have cats or dogs, sometimes they look like they're having a nightmare, and I think you're probably not supposed to wake them up, but he looks a little bit mad that I woke him up. Oh well. I am switching back and forth here with the washed purple and this ice cream. Ears, I always forget the ears too. Not sure if this is hair or her skin. Well, I think it's her skin. the washed purple, a little bit more in here. Since this pencil is so short, I am having to lean into it a little bit closer to the tip, but this is such a light color that it's okay in this instance, I think. Might be time to bring out the backup pretty soon. I know a lot of people have been talking about when are they going to come out with another set of Black Widow pencils. The last one that came out was the Dragon set. And from what I understand, I don't think there's any major plans to come out with a new set. It would be fun. It would be cool. It would be really exciting if they did. But I think I read maybe on their Facebook page at some point somebody must have asked the question, and I think Albert, the owner of the company, said that they ran out of colors. So, which I really think 180 colors is more than enough. There's a lot of colors in the set that look very similar, which is nice when you wanted to do like a light, medium, and a dark, or do a nice transitional color. It's easier to find similar colors when you want to make more of a seamless look to whatever you're coloring, especially skin, I think. I think that's why I do like to use these so much for coloring skin. I really hope you guys are being able to see the colors that I'm laying down on here. I'm crossing my fingers. When I look back, it'll be like an hour full of looking like no color at all. But and then there's also been rumor that they might make a whole big set of every color, the whole 180 pencils all together in one set. So that's a rumor too. I think there's a lot of rumors about these pencils running around this on social media, actually. But we'll see. I think 180 colors is just enough. There is kind of a little bit of argument whether these are truly a budget set of pencils, just because if you buy each set individually, it does come out to be quite expensive. I didn't buy them all together at once. I kind of bought them as they came out, so it kind of didn't feel like it at the time, but I can imagine if you wanted to get the whole set and you wanted to buy them all together at once, it is a little bit expensive, especially for a budget, a quote-unquote budget set of pencils. So I think a lot of people kind of place these in like a mid in between budget and high range price. Now, budget can mean different things to different people. We all have different budgets out there. What somebody might think is no big deal, so could be a lot of money to someone else. And so you gotta kind of keep that in mind when buying pencils. But I am happy with that I got all the colors, and I started these actually were I had these before I ever got any Prismacolors. So when I did get Prismas, I didn't like the Prismas at first. I was like, oh, these are I said, I don't like them. I said, what's everybody talking about? Because I was used to using these. These are like a much harder pencil than Prismacolors. But then I got used to the Prismas, and then I turned to love them. So I didn't use these for a very long time. Maybe like almost a year I didn't use these a lot. One day I was like, let me take these out and give them another try, because after I had gotten the Starjoy gold pencils, that kind of really set me on my way to liking to layer. So let's see what we're gonna try next. I want to brighten her up a little bit, so I think I'm gonna maybe go in with this color from the Dragon set, nail polish, or maybe we should, no, I'll do this one because I think this is too dark. We might do her lips maybe with that one. So I'm gonna just go on the edges over here, I think, for now. Go kind of on top of the washed purple and the light pink that we just laid down. Kind of give her a little bit of a rosy glow, a little bit into the white areas, the lighter areas. I don't know if I'm gonna do this all over, maybe, or just on her face, like the flushed parts of her face. To her cheekbones. It's kind of like a fuchsia color, I guess I would call it. Like, what would you call this color? Maybe like opera rose colored a little bit. Maybe. Very light. Should we just do her cheeks with this color? Decisions. Let's see. The next color after this, I think I'm gonna do like, try and do a darker purple, one of the darker purples. I do like to tread lightly, especially with a color, like a bright color like this, or a darker color, because you can always go back in if you don't like how light it is. You can always go back and darken it, but it's just going to be more difficult to fix if you go in too dark, especially if you have layers already laid down underneath. I have done that in the past, and I have to start all over again or erase like a big chunk, but that's why I like to try my best not to have to do that and just keep going in the tedious light layers. Do her lips a little bit. think I'm gonna do this all over. I like how it looks. We do want her to look a bit out of this world type of look. We don't want to be too subtle. hard to tell if some of this is her hair or parts of her skin. Uh-oh, you guys, I knew it. I forgot her shoulder over here. Did I color her shoulder with the ice cream? I don't think so. So let's try and get that done quick. So then we can color, move on to another color. All right, you guys, so we're gonna cut this episode a little bit shorter than I anticipated, because guess what just came? The new copy of Anastasia Kuldereva's book, Exotica. So I want to open it up and look at it, even though I did see a flip through of it already, but I want to open it up and check it out, and I probably will do a flip through video, so you'll probably see that before you see this video. And let me know if you want to continue with this page with me. Oh my gosh, I'm out of breath because I ran up and down 2 flights of stairs to get this book. Thinking the next layer I might do is this Picasso sky. You know, I could change my mind, but definitely let me know what you guys think. And I hope you guys all have a really great rest of your day. Happy coloring, and I'll see you next time.